Partly cloudy to partly sunny. Good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent today. And Jonathan, I took a look outside, and I'm like, okay, there's sun. Then I walked down the hallway, looked out the window. It was cloudy. I think I'll go back to the other end where the sun is shining. What's going on right now?
It's about half and half as I look at the window behind you. It's it's hard to tell right now.
One of those days, a transition day for Mother Nature. She's finally decided that yesterday wasn't all that bad. So let's do it again today.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow.
And the next day.
And the next day. For those folks that would like a little bit of rain, you got to go north in order to get it. Right now, they are reporting some widely scattered shower activity across the Upper Peninsula, and it's ranging back into Wisconsin. The southwest corner of Wisconsin has been getting some pretty heavy downpours just over the last hour or so. It's all because of a wind shift line, which really isn't amounting to too much. Eventually, what we're going to see is we'll see an east breeze tonight, and then a northeast breeze and an east breeze tomorrow. But it's not really going to change our temperatures all that much. We're going to be at or above normal for this time of the year, and that frontal system drifting across northern Michigan. It's one of those that's just kind of drifting to the east. The bulk of it is not going to move through the Great Lakes Bay area. And if it does, all you're really going to see is some clouds around. Right now, Jonathan, we started off a little bit warmer this morning. Where are we at right now?
Yeah, we're warming up a little bit here out at the airport, on paper anyway. Partly sunny skies, 63 degrees. Downtown Midlands up to 66 under partly sunny skies. Here at Radio Center, right in the middle, 64 degrees. Got calm winds, maybe a little bit out of the southwest right now.
I noticed that we've got a few 70s. I think Lapeer is looking at, last look here, 73. I believe it was, but everybody for the most part, 60s, upper 50s, even across the Upper Peninsula, where they are reporting mostly cloudy skies. They're still looking at upper 50s to mid 60s there. Kinross is at 66. Newberry is 57. The Sioux is at 62. Manistee is looking at 65. Menominee is at 65 as well. Incidentally, thank you so much, Jonathan, for sitting in yesterday.
No problem.
I don't know if you mentioned to the folks, probably you were going to wait for me to say it. A year ago yesterday, we had I wouldn't say a year ago. This was back, 1993.
A little more than a year ago.
A little bit more than a year ago. We had a trace of snow.
Really?
Yeah, on the 9th of September.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I did see the low in 47 was down into the 30s, though. So
yeah.
And it's early enough in the year where
anything can happen.
Late enough in the year, I guess.
And on this date, back in 1986, we had ourselves about 5.5 inches of rain, which was the beginning of what they call the forever we have never seen. Thousands of years of that much rain in one day, and then we got almost the same amount the next day. And we wound up 1986 in September with officially at the airport over 16 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And I think Charlie had posted on Facebook some of the pictures of our transmitter site and a few of the other things that we experienced back then. That was back in 86, today and tomorrow. So kind of gives you an idea of just what we really don't want to see anymore. But what we do want,
years?
Yeah, a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Well, we're going to be looking at spotty sunshine, some clouds around, a few more clouds, but no precipitation. 78 is our projected high. We're looking at upcoming the next few days and the weekend, some nice warm temperatures, but nothing like what they're going to get in the central part of the continental United States. They're looking at 90s in Iowa, southeastern South Dakota, Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. Once we get into Friday and then Saturday and Sunday. And it looks as though that warm spell is going to continue into the week next week. The high pressure system that's causing the weather we're getting right now is going to be moving into eastern Ontario province. So that's going to be opening the door for that weak front, and it's also going to contribute to that north and northeast wind that we are going to be seeing tonight and during the day tomorrow. But on Friday, we'll come back to a little bit more southerly flow. Spotty clouds, spotty sun, 78 for a high. Clear skies tonight is going to clear right off, 52. Sun will set this evening at 7:55, rise tomorrow morning at 7:12. Sunshine tomorrow, 80 for a high, 55 for a low. That's normal June the 20th type weather. Friday, sunshine, 78 for a high, 52 for a low. Moving into the weekend, high pressure will be taking over West Virginia. We'll have a mix of some clouds and sun, but I think we're also going to have a chance of an afternoon or early evening shower on Saturday. 82 for a high, 59 for a low on Saturday, and 59 for a low on Saturday night. Clearing, though, once we get into the late evening hours on Saturday and the early morning hours on Sunday. Sunday promises to be mostly sunny, 78 for a high, 52 for a low. Sunshine on Monday, sunshine on Tuesday, upper 70s to low 80s. So start off the work week next week. Record high in the state, 97. It was set back in 1931. The record low, 35. You got to go back to 1917 to see it that cold on the 10th of September. Warmest ever, 2013. 95 was our high. 73 was our low. The coolest ever, 1917. You kind of got the idea. 57 was our high. 35 was our low. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Oh, incidentally, long range now. They're talking through at least the 23rd above normal temperatures, Jonathan.
And below average precipitation, if I saw that right, too. So warm and dry to end out the summer.
Warm and dry. More on that weather, as I said, as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, who do we have?
Hey, it's a busy show today. We'll start it off with our market report from Cody Harris at Star of the West, then a little bit more from Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Well, the way the weather forecast is shaping up right now, it looks like the roof folks won't really mind working on top of those barns or the homes as we roll into the fall. Roof Max, we've been talking about it. I really like the process. And Ben, he did a wonderful job taking care of it. And his crew, they really did a great job. Talk about having work done on your home during the day. When you leave, they're not there yet. When you come back home, they're not there. But sometime during the day, they did it. And there's a few folks in the neighborhood that said, hey, Terry, did you know you got guys crawling around on your roof? Yeah, I did. And they were spraying it with Roof Max. Ben came out, had me talk a little bit about the roof when I had it put on. Really wasn't that old, but he said, I'm going to extend the life of that roof for a few years, all right? And I'm going to give you a transferable warranty on top of all of that. It's like maintaining your equipment when you're out on the farm or just your car, whatever. You maintain the equipment, you should be maintaining the roof because it needs care too. And that's where Ben and his staff can take care of you. AskBenHow.com, 989-859-6751. That's the telephone number. Remember, a little care today is going to save you a whole lot more when you work with AskBenHow.com and Roof Max. Cody Harris, the last time I looked, Jonathan, I don't really think he had too much of a sterling report on tap here for us. What do you think?
I haven't looked today. I've been busy. Cody, what do we got?
Well, good morning, guys. Yeah, I think Terry hit it on the nose here again today. Got another kind of down jury day here in the market. Seems pretty quiet. Everyone's kind of waiting for we got the September USDA report coming out on Friday. So I think the markets are trying to see what that's going to show us. That's going to show us some actual real data samples and, actual field checks in that report. So especially on the corn and bean side of things. And I think kind of the market, it's just waiting to see. But overall, we're definitely pressuring lows across the board.
Yeah, it sure looks that way right now. So what do you have on the board, Cody?
Yeah, currently I have cash wheat down 3 at the moment, 487 on the white, 412 on the red. New crop 2026 wheat, that's down 3 as well, 546 on the white, 461 on the red. Then looking over at corn, cash and new crop corn is down 2 at 353. And then cash and new crop soybeans are down 4 at 942.
Just kind of curious, have you had any reports about dry beans, some of them coming off at all, Cody?
Yeah, I've talked to a few growers that are either actively taking them off or have taken off a few beans. I know a couple growers with some pintos that have taken them off, and overall quality seems pretty good. But we're just on the front end of that as this is just getting rolling here on this end. But overall, from what I'm hearing, the guys, they're expecting a decent crop. So everything looks pretty good at this point.
No, that sounds good. You take care. Have a great day, Cody. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
You betcha. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Up next, Jonathan.
We'll be heading over to Oppenheimer talking with Doug Klein. He's back today. The market report today brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust. They've been working in agriculture since 1895. Farming today has many challenges, and Thumb Bank keeps up with those changes as well as industry trends and changes in your operation specifically. Thumb Bank and Trust, now in Freeland and 13 locations throughout the Thumb and in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Market report also brought to you by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw. It's your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, or heavy-duty truck and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. Michigan Truck Spring. Just call 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. They're open till 11 p.m. on weekdays as well for any of that late night work you've got going on. That's Michigan Truck Spring. Over to Oppenheimer we go. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going, Doug?
Well, we're doing wonderful. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is this one of this read 'em and weep deals, or what are we looking at?
Now it's a scratch your head day
Oh,
again.
okay.
Once again. So the producer price index came in negative 0.1. Kind of gives a little bit more leeway to the Fed for reducing interest rates. That's a good thing. The S&P hit an all-time high. The NASDAQ composite hit an all-time high. The Qs hit an all-time high. Oracle had earnings, and they were a disappointment, but they said, we're going to do really good next time, and bam, they're up 40% today. Larry Ellison, the guy that runs the company, made $110 billion this morning. So that ain't bad. It's a decent payday. How to get rich in the new world. This is exactly how it's done. 110 billion. One morning. So, what else is going on? I guess that's all. Negative on the commodities, a little bit up on the energies, a little bit up on the precious metals, no new highs today. So here's your numbers. The December corn is 417 and a quarter, down 2.5. March corn is 435 and 3/4, down 1 3/4. November soybeans 1026, down 5 1/4. January soybeans 1045 1/4, down 5 1/4. The December wheat is 516.5, down 3 3/4, and March wheat 534 1/4, down 3.5. Crude oil is 62.90, up 84 cents. Heating oil 231.24, up 0.2 of a penny. Gasoline 194.19, up a penny. Natural gas getting hammered a little bit, 329.5. That's down 7 cents. I'm over to currencies. Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3843 Canadian. That's up by 1 tick. The dollar buys 147.35 yen. That's down 6 ticks. The euro's at 117.18, up 12 ticks. And the dollar's at 97.65, down 13 ticks. So metals are all higher today a little bit. Gold's at 36.55.60, up $2.30. Silver's 41.27, up 27.5 cents. Platinum's 14.09.90, up 23.70, and copper's at 455.15, up 5.05 cents.
All right. Well, you take care. Have a good
yeah.
day. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow with better news, right?
Oh, we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. And there's a little event going on over in Millington that's going to involve some tractors. Folks at Steiner invite each and every one of you to stop by that village and take part in all the activities. Lots of things going on over there. For more information, just dial up Millington, Michigan tractor event coming up. And Steiner Tractor will be more than happy to make sure that you have a good time, that you really enjoy yourself. As far as tractor parts go, 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Coming up, Jonathan, who do we have?
We'll be talking with Chuck Lipstrew of the Michigan Agribusiness Association after these notes.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning up the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They've got lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. So all you got to do is stop by any of their offices. They got like 30 of them. You can take a look and see how they can help you become the hometown financial solution you've been looking for. For more information, just scope them out at frankenmuthcu.org. Let me see here. We've got Chuck Lipstrew joining us from Michigan Agribusiness Association. And Chuck, good morning to you.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hey, we're doing fantastic. It looks like you got a busy weekend coming up.
We do. We head up for our Outlook conference, bringing around 200 of our members together for economic outlook and discussion of policy and everything that's affecting our industry. So looking forward to that.
What should our agricultural community be aware of right now, Chuck?
Well, I would put it another way, Terry. From our perspective, it's what should we as an industry be aware of? As an association, what do we need to know? This conference is very informative for us as a group as we work to represent agriculture's interests both in Lansing and in Washington, D.C. We know it's a very busy time from the state budget in Lansing to the Make America Healthy Again Commission report that was just released yesterday, to Farm Bill negotiations and the potential for a federal government shutdown. There's all these issues out there. And so I would really see this as an opportunity to hear from our members about what's happening out there and what we need to be working on to advance the industry. It's always a great opportunity for us and our team to hear from folks. And we'll be joined by a number of experts in terms of economics, ag economics, and broader regional economy issues. And we always have some policymakers come up and join us as well. We'll be talking about, again, the state budget, trade outlook, and some other things.
One thing I've always known about that outlook meeting, of course, as you alluded to, you've always got a lot of quality speakers. And I understand we're going to have a chance to speak with one of them on Friday.
That's right. One of our keynote presenters is Alex Dunn. She is the president and CEO of CropLife America. This is the organization, the national organization that represents the crop protection industry and helps ensure that farmers and industry have access to the safe, regulated use of pesticides. Super important for our industry, Terry, as we know. And it's one where we have a responsibility to educate policymakers about the importance of crop protection products. And this was a group that was very active alongside our farmer organizations in Washington as part of the Make America Healthy Again effort, and continue to be. Alex is a national leader in terms of making sure farmers have that access to the tools they need to be productive. And so I'm looking forward to having her on Friday.
And we look forward to that interview. Chuck, you take care. Always great to have you share. We got to talk to you a little bit more often, okay?
Call anytime, Terry. I sure appreciate you, sir.
You bet. Chuck Lipstrew with the Michigan Agribusiness Association. Jonathan, who do we have on tap?
We'll be talking with Scott Dumas in just a second here. Farm Service Today brought to you by Krijak's House Family Restaurant in Bay City. If you're dining at home or if you're in charge of food for a family event, there's going to be a few of those coming up in the next few months here. Krijak's has the way for you to supply the food. You can order what you want, just pick it up, or dine in at Krijak's. Krijak's is there for you. Call 989-894-5531 for more information, or head into the corner of Cass and Michigan on the south end of Bay City. Over to Scott Dumas with Nutrient Ag Solutions now. Scott, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Scott, what are you seeing out in the fields right now?
Hey, so right now there's a lot of activity around dry beans and getting those ready for harvest, as well as wheat seed and wheat fertilizer.
I did notice that some guys have been working ground, and it looks as though the ground is working up pretty good.
Yeah, surprising with the lack of rainfall that we've had here in mid-Michigan, that the ground's working up actually pretty nice, and so that's good to see.
So as soil prep is concerned, any suggestions here as we get ready for putting some wheat in this fall?
Hey, so get with your agronomist and make sure that you're getting the proper plant nutrition out there and start that wheat off to a good start. We had a good start last fall as well. It was dry, and I think we can have the same type of effects here this year with what we have currently.
So at this stage of the game, you got plenty of guys that folks can talk to, right?
We sure do at all of our locations.
Scott Dumas, thank you so much for being a part of the program today. Look forward to having you on again.
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Scott Dumas with Nutrient Ag. We'll take a break, and then I think Chuck Cervinsky will be joining us. But first, this.
Soil prep for next year begins as soon as the harvest is over. Don't miss out on nutrients you can return to your soil. Applying a Dairy Dew compost blend accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food. That remaining plant material is full of nutrients you want to return to the soil. Dairy Dew blends from Morgan Composting, like K2, Gypsum Plus, and Layer Ash Blend with Gypsum, helps with decomposition, releasing those nutrients for next year's crops, while also adding good biology and other missing nutrients to your soil. Like a lot of things right now, supplies are limited, so contact Morgan Composting to place your order for fall and lock in your price now. Crops don't wait. The seasons don't wait. You shouldn't wait. Address soil health now for better yields next year. Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew compost blend for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting for a consultation and soil testing. Call today or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Farm Service Today brought to you by Quality Roasting of Reese. They're purchasing local soybeans, processing local beans, and makers of Exceller meal since 1991. That's a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. Contact your nutritionist or local feed dealer today.
Farm Service also brought to you by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. We've been talking about soil prep. Might be a really good idea to get in contact with Vic Hupfer over at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's got a lot of answers to the questions you might need, especially now with the dry bean harvest beginning in some areas. And of course, soybean harvest won't be too far behind. There's going to be a lot of ground working out there. And even though early dig sugar beets is just getting off the ground, there's some folks working that ground too. So you might want to check with Vic and just find out what you could or should be doing. Serving you is their business. They've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. As far as what are we looking at temperature-wise and what we can expect for the next few days, we'll touch on that. But first, this.
Hi, Steve Cook here from Cook Chevrolet in Vassar with a warning that may impact your next vehicle decision. For the last few months, Cook Chevrolet has been advertising fantastic Equinox payments starting as low as $164 a month, and that includes the all-electric Equinox. But the current $7,500 EV tax credit is scheduled to end at the end of September. Payments on the EV Equinox will rise dramatically starting October 1st. And also until the end of September, at Cook Chevrolet, you can still get the unbeatable $195 lease on a brand new 2025 Silverado pickup. Imagine that, a crew cab Chevy pickup still under $200 a month. Get out to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar as soon as possible. Equinoxes, including the EV, one last month from $164. Silverado still only $195.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease. 10,000 miles per year, $2,000 cash down plus tax. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
Farmers need a grain bin, equipment, a new farm shop, or cattle barn? United Producers Credit Services has been serving the lending needs of farmers since 1932 and now offers a flexible leasing program with 100% financing, flexible terms, and added tax benefits. Even the upfront project costs like concrete, plumbing, and electrical can be included in the entire financing package. To learn more, call United Producers Loan Officer Ashley Culp at 989-430-3424 or visit uproducers.com.